Hello, everybody. I'm CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. Do come check us out. Uh, I'd love to show you around, whatever. So, yeah, seriously, like whatever your interests are, we will figure it out. I'm just enjoying. It's a little bit lighter this evening. A little bit less heated. Um, in the southern United States, we are a little bit more acclimated to heat than we are uh, cold weather. Like you let it snow, we won't know what to do. But we're okay with handling the heat. Want to rock in the little chair and drink a lot of cold drinks. So anyway, staying hydrated. It's also really important in cold weather. As you may realize, in cold weather, um, we shiver and we lose moisture that way. So you got to stay hydrated in cold and in hot weather. And I drink a lot of caffeine. The caffeinated drinks actually are uh, dehydrants or whatever. You know what I mean? They'll process fluid through your body faster than, say, just water. So you want to, you know, remember to drink water, you know, along with your other drinks, your caffeinated drinks. Because I drink tea, I drink, uh, sugar-free sodas, uh, unsweet teas, which I know is just not a Southern thing to do, but I don't want to go back to diabetic uh, A1C numbers. So I really try to monitor as best I can and keep it on that. To that end, today I have fasted all day. I would allow myself a handful of, um, tree nuts if I felt, like hazelnut or something like that. If I felt I just really needed something to get me through. Now, I can attest that, I did get just a little edgy, a little bit grumpy, but not mean spirited and not no lack of control or anything like that. But I did need to fast today because I really want to get heavy and hard back into this keto diet. Sometimes I take a break and then I need to get right back into it. But I can tell you that not only that, but my good friend and I have been going to the gym and we have been working really hard. And this is a dude, he's like, uh, I I'm about 5'8". I guess he's about, I could say I could give him 5'10 ish, 5'10", 5. I don't know, but he's a tradesman. He's a lot more physically stout than I am, and I pretty much, for the most part, keep up with his strength training. You know, and love it. And we do this probably about twice a week, and the effects are showing. And then other times when I can't be that frequent with the strength training. I'm at the YMCA and I'm doing, you know, weight loss reduction, you know. So between the two, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to put a lot of muscle under layers of fat and then not worry about burning fat, because then what happens is you get muscle underneath the fat, and the efforts that I put forth are not gonna really show. It's not so much about size. It's not so much about weight. It is about uh, fat to muscle ratio and closing that gap. I want there to be as little body fat as possible. Um, Especially since I've had an issue in the past with diabetes type 2. You know, so but it's right around midnight, and I've got the oven preheated. Come see what I'm going to put in the oven. and then I'll pause the video and then I'll show you how I played it up. But you're gonna love this. I've made similar before, so we'll go in here and talk about it real quick. Hang on. Aha, so what I have here, and I'm about to secure their position in this pan. These are catfish fillets, and then I have them stuffed with, a good breading, a good bread stuffing, um, and into it I have mixed salmon. So this is a salmon stuffed catfish with my own seasoning blends on it. In this particular case, I decided, because I'm using some Louisiana um, flavored seasoning, that I could go with some fennel seed. I have fennel seed on hand. A lot of times when I'm in my kitchen, the recipes that I'll concoct, they'll change a little bit based upon whatever seasonings that I have on hand. And it just so happens I have uh, copious amounts of fennel seed, which provides um, the fennel plant. We're going to get into that. I'm going to talk to that in just a second. Let me get uh, let me get this into the oven, and we're going to set it to bake at 400 until it's done. Probably about 20 minutes, give or take a little more. We just have to watch it. Sometimes, uh, you know, when you have more in the pan, uh, it takes a little bit longer. You don't want to have you certainly don't want raw crawfish. But I did this, and then I had it kind of resting in the refrigerator while I was away at the gym, and I prepared it earlier. But we're about where are we? Uh, yeah, by the time this is done, we will be right at midnight, and my fasting will be over with, and I will be eating some food. As God is my witness. No, sometimes a little bit of hunger is okay. You want to, if you're going to do something like this, if you don't want to fast too often, uh, and even when you do fast, you want to make sure that you have something on hand in case. But you don't want to do what I did one time when I first. This was years ago. I was just getting familiar with the ketosis diet, or the keto diet, and I am very I like this was I don't know. I knew when it was time to eat. I knew what I was gonna eat. We were gonna go out, do the shopping, run our little errands and everything like that, and then I was gonna come home. We were gonna have something to eat. Well, the place that I wanted to stop by and get some chicken, it had closed down, and it was like, rather than run all over. Uh, because I was with someone who was doing the driving for me, I was like, well, we can just go home. I would just take me home, and I'll take my things. But by the time I got up there and started putting away my groceries in that short amount of time, uh, my this is a part that it gets dangerous. I suffered confusion, a disorientation. I became very agitated, and literally it was either, and I had nothing really quick on hand to eat, and it was like, oh my god. So I let myself get into an emergency kind of situation. So ever since then, this was a few years ago, and ever since then, anytime that it's been like a day of fasting, a health fast, um, I've always ensured that I have something around that could suffice should uh, should I even feel that anywhere close to that happening again. But yeah, no, what happened? And literally, I was like, and I called my person, and I'm like, I'm on my way to the hospital. I feel something's wrong. I hope I get it. Basically, I mean, it was just, weird. I have issues, but this was many, many years ago. And so, well, not many, many. I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. Whenever I started this keto thing, but yeah. Um, so I've just, I chalk it up as a learning experience, and ever since then, I've had success with it. Uh, First with losing weight, and then maintaining weight, and now I'm in the preparation. The state. It's not even so much about losing the weight, because I'm actually, as I'm doing strength training, I'm actually putting on weight, muscle weight, but I'm still losing weight because I'm uh, losing body fat and replacing it with muscle. And so that's kind of cool. And we were not, like, my friend and I, we were at the gym where we were just like complimenting each other, like, dude, yeah, yeah, your arms and legs and stuff. Look at this, and it's like, right, just, because when you do strength and resistance training, you really do get that blood pumping through those tissues, and yeah, you start to notice it. It really, if you're already a slender person. Now, I was not a slender person at first. Like, I'm going to tell you, I have uh, the weight from the when I started this. The weight that I lost was pretty. It was. Uh, yeah, I don't want to tell you how much weight it was that I lost, but it was. Uh, I know that that is not as much as some people. Some people have a bigger stature, and so they can carry more weight or something like that, and not become diabetic type 2. Well, I'm uh, in my early 50s, and I have a small, skeletal body frame or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't, whatever. But so it doesn't take, like, the weight. Uh, it just doesn't take that long for me to get unhealthy. So I need to maintain my health, and I did, and I like to do it in a way that there's a little bit of a safety net or a cushion or something like that. So, yeah, but this is not necessarily a keto friendly diet because of the breading, but because, let me just check the carbs on this, and all the carbs are going to come from the stuffing, from this breading, that also is, a good bit of the stuffing is salmon. So hang on. Okay, so I just checked, and per serving, which is roughly, I'm going to estimate maybe one of the larger wraps and two of the smaller wraps, um, which is, this is a catfish fillet, and then the breading, you know. But there, between that serving, which is approximately three of them, give or take, if they're smaller, maybe four, um, basically, um, or whatever this is, it's a sixth of a one, two, three, four, five, six. Right, yeah, so 1/6. That's three of these. So, you know, uh, and there's a slight variation or fluctuations and everything because of the different sizes of the catfish fillets, but yeah, it's close enough. Now, if you did one of the large one and two of the smaller ones as a serving, you would you roughly come out with about 20 grams of carbs, which is well in range of a daily serving of keto. And then if the rest of your uh, day you stayed within the keto rules, basically for me, that's not exceeding 50 grams of carbs. Usually I do a lot less than that, you know, and you don't want to exceed, um, you want to burn more calories in a day than what you consume, you know. Um, So you want to burn calories as well as not overly consume carbs. And of course, you want to watch the fat intake, um, so that it does not convert into cholesterol, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've talked enough. I'm going to put this into the oven. And then by the time I come back to this video, this will be done and it will be plated up, and we'll see what's going on. Okay, love and light. Stand by. Aha! So here we are. And so this is um, stuffed stuffed catfish, and it is stuffed with a salmon stuffing, salmon and breading stuffing. The plate is garnished with parsley. I just smeared on the plate some tartar sauce and drizzled on a couple of bits of um, crystal hot sauce, my favorite hot sauce. You use whatever you want. Um, there's fennel, which is kind of a, but like I said, use the herbs that you want. Now let's see what this looks like on the inside. Now I've made this before. There's videos of this similar thing. You can use other types of fish. Grouper fish that does. There are various types of groupers that do really well. Mm, this is good. One of the things that you really will want to do, you want to make sure this gets very done. Uh, and because it's moist. Uh, yeah, very good. Mm, very delicious. Okay. Um, these three, not more than say 20 calories on this entire plate. Um, love you guys. Love and light, peace. Oh, and let me just say, I've gotten a little touch of that. Here we go. Yes, this is a very layered flavor. We have the catfish fillet, um, the very clean but subtle creaminess because I did do this. I did bake this slowly. I heated the oven up to 400, put the fish in, brought it down to 350, and then let it go until done. And just there's a almost a creamy texture to all this, but all these flavors inside of the stuffing also they play with each other. So, and then there you got the slight tartness of the tartar sauce that goes with this also. Um, you will not be bored with this kind of a treatment of your fish. Roll with it. This would be good. I've actually done this and actually have served it on the side of beef or pork or something. Uh, kind of like as a smaller fish course. So yeah, I don't necessarily do up the table when it's just me. But if I wanted to, I could put on a hellacious spread. I really can. I was talking with a friend of mine. I was gonna say goodnight, but I guess I'm gonna at least finish this piece. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we started talking about just our past and everything. And I was like, not that many people. He's like, you should be because I'm a consummate host. You know, when people, I'm refilling. I'm a server to my guests when they're in my house. I really am. And he was like, you should be a butler or something. And I was like, well, I used to do domestic work. Uh, largely, I was, a lot of, for a lot of families, I took care of their kids, but I also, uh, took care of adults, older, it was that, it's like, not that many people really do permanent, domestic, um, permanent domestic, uh, assistance anymore. That's not medical or something like that, or elderly sitting in that kind of things. The people just don't have uh, butlers. Except for maybe some of the elite. But even then, in that case, it's largely like you know. Uh, yeah, no, you might have. I don't know. It's just it's not. it's not like when I was in my 20s. And I did that, I want to say, until I was about 22, and probably until I was about 28 years old, you know. Um, Aside from that, and then some of the other things that I've done, but consistently, that's kind of, theater. I did a lot of theater, which, basically, didn't really pay money, but it paid in perks. I was very tight with the fucking theater people, and they kind of took care of me. So, but yeah, um, I don't know. People just don't have butlers as they used to, like a family, like a person, to do those types of things that need to be done when it comes to like you know uh, dining and kitchen areas, and keeping it orderly and keeping basically, that's basically what a butler is a kitchen and dining uh, manager. You know, um, yeah, I don't know. So that's probably the one thing that if I were to really want to go back and do like an actual work or a job or something like that, really come out of retirement for, um, it would be something like that, because I really did truly have uh, within me the heart of a server. I enjoyed that domestic work, but I didn't like it when my employers would try to lowball, and I did not like it when the occasional employer, uh, it's actually like one that I can think of, was constantly at me to there were there was good and bad, but it was a constant, like, just keeping off the sexual advances. I'm like, dude, I mean, I can't even tell you. It was whew, that was one of my first jobs in that arena. It did not work out. I don't really enjoy thinking about the experience that much anymore. And some people from that time will bring him up, the person that I'm referencing, they'll bring him up with like, yeah, remember that story? Good, good, good. No, 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 that's the side that you guys knew. I knew this dude personally. And my like for 4 years of my life, it was way too long to put up with that. It was, you know, uh, basically sexual harassment, and of course I didn't give into it. Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't have the same tools that I have today. But anyway, yeah, you never just know what you're going to start talking about when you just open up a video and start talking it. But fish. Okay. What I would love people to come check out Shreveport and Bossier. Let's go look outside the window again. Let's go look out the windows again. Or I'll open the door, go step outside. I am going to sign off, and then I'm going to go finish my meal. But I want to take another good look at the city. I want to invite anybody. God, this moon looks beautiful. I didn't actually notice it in the sky last night, but it's like a half moon. For some reason, I thought maybe they would be like, I just didn't see it. Maybe it was just covered up, or not in the field of vision that I had. Say about 9:30, I was like not noticing the moon. Um, but obviously, it was there. Um, Please do come see us in Shreveport. Um, and if you get here and you want some suggestions, you know, I am. I've got lots of suggestions on things, really fun things that are local. Okay, love you. And this time, peace, love, and light. God bless. Good night.